Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 21st to the 27th of October 2019. We begin the week as we're heading into the next Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. So this weekend we begin to get a heads up as to what that's going to mean for us. So to recap, we have the first phase, which is awareness, the second phase, which is recalibration, and the third phase, which is seeing the rewards of that and moving on lighter and brighter. So the first phase is the 12th of October to the 1st of November. That's awareness. Then by next week we'll be into the retrograde itself until the 21st of November, which will be the need to make necessary changes. And then from the 21st of November to the 9th of December we will be changed, and therefore we'll see the difference. So try not to approach this with fear, as much of I've seen written in astrology is, oh, this is a terrible thing, it's just happening at you, there's nothing you can do, that kind of separation and victimhood mentality. But try to go into this as a personal journey of initiation, because I feel this one promises to be very deep and meaningful as it's in the sign of Scorpio. By Monday we have a sense of elevation of our intuition as Venus harmonises with Neptune, and sometimes we're too much on the lower plane. We need to rise up, we need to view things from a different perspective. So gaining altitude. Venus is the earth female, it's where we take our soul force energy and plant it, where we produce, where we feel that we want to put our energy and our effort. But Neptune is more like a high priestess tuning fork, where we receive the inspiration before we even then attend to applying that. So rising up in order to see the bigger picture. Have a look at time unfolding in current events, the waves of time, rather than being trapped in a certain mentality or space. So can you rise up spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and or physically today to appreciate the view? Where do your ideas come from? Where do your desires come from? What are you tuned in to? Would be a better place to put our energy than just trying to make things happen and produce on the physical plane without really knowing where we're coming from. So we've had a difficult summer. There's been lots of halting, lots of retrogrades, lots of soul searching. Now we've cleared away some of that debris. It's time to really tune in to where we're coming from, what our frequency is, and then look at how that can produce something on the earthly plane of value. Tuesday is the last day, or one of the last days of Libra, the Sun in Libra. So we've got a chance to have a quick scan of our lives now. Is everything in balance? Masculine and feminine, day and night, light and dark, outer and inner, higher and lower. To make the necessary adjustments as we prepare to go into the winter months, take our annual journey of rebirth and renewal. Because by Wednesday the Sun moves into Scorpio, and Scorpio is the deepest sign of the zodiac. It's the darkest month of the year. It's our journey into our subconscious realms, into our inner world, to alchemize the shadows, to review our psychology, and to renew our foundations, our true beliefs and our true essence. So many myths and legends involving seeking the Holy Grail. That's what this is about. It's an analogy for connecting to our divine essence and going through all the challenges of the subconscious. So getting ready to take that journey now, all through the winter, taking everything inwards voluntarily. And this is really helped by the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio as well, because Mercury is like the sword of truth of the conscious mind, and Scorpio is the deep subconscious waters. So taking that alchemical journey with bravery and with the Holy Grail of connecting to our divine essence is what we begin by Wednesday. By Thursday I feel that all the small changes that we've made over the summer are leading to a big change. Sometimes we're caught up in the day-to-day. We don't stop and take stock, as we're called to on Monday, to tune into higher altitudes. But occasionally a moment comes along in life where we can no longer obey the old programming, where we've changed so much that we go to do something out of behavioural habit, but we've no longer got any energy behind it, any soul behind it. We just can't do it anymore. So there's lots of things falling away as we change on the inside. That's how things work. Change the frequency on the inside and you can no longer have the energy to create that on the outside. But just take stock, all the small changes that have been going on and how that's now leading to a change in behaviour, energy, plans and goals on the outside as we go to do something that we've always done or that we thought we wanted, but we just don't have the heart in it anymore. It's tricky though because we don't actually know thoroughly what we do want yet. This is very introspective, so we might not have the heart to do some of the things that we were planning back in April or earlier in the year, but we also have a sense of not knowing what we really do want, and that's where our energy needs to go, because reinventing ourselves takes time and patience. We need to trust with the flow that all will soon be revealed, but the only way that's going to be revealed is when we tune in and actually get to the heart of the matter, who we are now and what we really care about. By the weekend we have Mars square Saturn, and Saturn's finally moving forwards. It's been a very slow one, but if we go back to the beginning of the year, Saturn's almost where it was at that point, so we've not really gone anywhere forwards, we've gone inwards and made those adjustments. So a bit of a compare and contrast there as to where we were at the beginning of the year and where we are now on an internal level. And this is self-worth, values and foundations. The scaffolding has been taken off the building. We can no longer lean out in dependency or try and create structures out of fear and security. But internally we're growing in strength. So the reward for all the hard work done and the challenges met is that sense of core strength and flexibility that we will come from here as we go into the winter and start to make different decisions as to what really matters to us and restructure our lives as a result. Saturn and Pluto are walking towards each other for a meeting on the 12th of January. So this is our timeline. Over the summer both Saturn and Pluto have been retrograde. Now they're both direct, they're both slowly going forwards. We're starting to feel a little bit of forward motion, hopefully in a new direction and from a new home space. But they're walking towards each other for a conjunction on the 12th of January. And we're going to start to see this on the outside and the inside, individually and collectively. There's a great crescendo coming where those two will meet and things will click into place. So do have a look where Capricorn is in your chart, because this is happening at 23 degrees Capricorn, and that will give you that extra necessary layer to be able to work with this on a much deeper level. And that's what astrology is really. It's not just knowing what sign the moon's in or what sun sign you are. It's actually being able to navigate all the different timelines and see where they converge, see where those dates of power are, but also then apply that to your own chart so that you can put your attention there, you can put your energy there, you can make the most by harnessing those energies personally. So a very profound week as we go into the month of Scorpio. We're heading towards a new moon on Monday, and this is at 3:40 AM UK time. So better to mention it now than wait till next week's video. So the new moon is at 4 degrees Scorpio, so again have a look at where 4 degrees Scorpio is in your chart, or contact me if you'd like to explore that further. But we're in the envelope of Halloween now, or so in, and this time is New Year for many cultures. So before the sun's reborn at the winter solstice, we're all conceived into the dark. Scorpio is a time of death and rebirth. So as we go into this new moon, just before the new moon there'll be a dark moon, and this is when we leave anything behind with gratitude. We've experienced things, we've learnt things, but we don't need to carry the whole story forwards. Then coming out with a commitment to lightness and liberation as a frequency will enable us to encounter and truly appreciate the unique changes that are swirling around us. So setting intentions for release, refresh, rebirth will be really powerful at this time. So to sum up, we're heading into a Mercury retrograde to really explore those inner worlds, to make that rebirth possible. We're raising our intuitive frequency on Tuesday to get some altitude and see the bigger picture. We're balancing ourselves and doing those final recalibrations in Libra on Tuesday, beginning our journey of initiation as the sun moves into Scorpio on Wednesday, to connect with our true essence and leave the story behind. taking stock of all the changes that have happened and how that changes our behaviour and our desires as a result. Realising that reinventing ourselves takes time, so that we don't have to know right now. It's okay to know who you're not, and then leave the space for who you are to come forwards. And then revisiting right back to the beginning of the year to see that integral inner strength and authority come through now, where once we were leaning outwards and seeking external support and security, where we should be supporting ourselves. And all this leading up to the new moon in Scorpio, where we can alchemically and ritually let go and rebirth ourselves on a higher frequency. So a suitably powerful set of energies there to guide us through the week. All of this is written up on my website, www.astrozo.com. A couple of announcements. I am available for tarot readings at private and corporate parties from the 29th of November onwards for the Halloween period. And I'll also be writing my What's in the Stars for 2020 talk, which will be available as well for groups over 6. So you can have a house party or invite me to your event centre or company to tune in at the beginning of January to see what's coming up in the year ahead, the general themes, the time waves, the dates of power, and a steer as to what's coming up in the year ahead. And finally, I'm also a qualified personal trainer and dance teacher, and I'm available for summer retreats. So this would be something like a full moon dance party and ritual with astrology elements, drumming, visualizations, all sorts of things there that can really make a summer retreat colourful, timely, relevant and fun. So I'm available one-to-one for readings, in person and online, and I would love to hear from you if you'd like to partner up on tarot parties, What's in the Stars for the Year Ahead parties, and summer retreats. So wishing you a deep, brave and empowering week as we head towards the new moon of renewal. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.